Human beings simply aren't built to function at the cruising altitude of a 747. Everest is without doubt the most dangerous place on Earth.
Could you say that you brought any specific Icelandic qualities into this story?
Well, absolutely, you know. I brought the Icelandic weather with me, pretty much, you know. I trained for this film every day when I went to school, you know, basically just in a blizzard as a kid. I remember I was actually I was on Christmas and we were about to shoot this film, and I was walking we live on a farm, you know, me and my family. I was walking to the stables, and it was a snow-blind blizzard, and I thought, okay, that's what it was like, and I got blown off the road, except at 29,000 feet to that. I mean, there were endless moments of peril or dangerous moments, but you know, we didn't put anyone, you know, foolishly into danger. I think Jake worded it very nicely when he said there's a difference of pain and injury. You know, I put them through a lot of pain, but no injury.
Don't do that to me, right?
A lot of directors say, we want to do this for real, we want to bring you in the elements, we want it to be you against nature. And most of them aren't telling the truth. And then you get up there and it's warm and you have a trailer somewhere and, you know, everything is pretty cush. So we could never, I mean, we are simulating this experience. We're not living this experience. You know, we're not actually climbing Everest. If we do a movie about a plane crash, we're not going to crash the plane. Otherwise, there's no movie. So, but we are trying to simulate and experience as much fear as we can and as much discomfort. And I think without knowing what Balt was trying to create, what it did create is a camaraderie within us all. It was our own little war. You know, we were in Vassanalis, a little village that we couldn't leave, so we had to live the dramas every day of each other's little personalities. And sometimes you didn't want, you know, Jake and I wouldn't want to be around each other, or it would be Jason, or it would be Mike Kelly, or it would be John, and everybody's going through whatever they're going through because it's an isolated experience. Okay, not little personalities, big personalities. Thanks, Jake.
Looking good, Beck. Looking good.
This is the kind of story that I love. I love playing real people. So to me, this was not a character that was envisaged by a writer or a committee or a producer and, you know, pitched in a certain way to be a support. This is pretty much everything I say in the movie is verbatim, give or take a few scenes of what happened on the mountain. So we didn't make it up.
I think there's a tremendous responsibility when, you know, you're trying to recreate something that actually happened. And, you know, I wasn't even fully aware when I took on the role how the story had impacted Scott Fisher's family, and particularly his children, who contacted me directly and were a bit worried about how their father might be portrayed.
Ultimately, I think the responsibility is too big. You know, I mean, these are people that are no longer around, and some of them are around but maimed. And it's such a huge story that when you're doing it, you almost have to take that responsibility and put it aside, even though it's living inside you cellularly. And you just hope and pray when these people see the film that you didn't do them a massive disrespect or disservice.